what's going on in my mind. I want it to be over already, and I don't want it to end. I have a whole mixture of emotions going on at once, at all times. I don't know whether to run, bike, relax, eat, take a nap. At home, I have all this intensity with all my training. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna crush, crush. And then you get up here and it's like, where's the crushing? You know, you can't really crush in this environment. When I hear the water outside the window every morning, I see the sights, I just want to relax. And I forget that I'm even here to do an Ironman. An Ironman is a 2.4 mile swim, 112 mile bike ride, and a 26.2 mile run, all within 17 hours to complete it. My name is Kenneth Joseph Stringfellow. I'm from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. I want to become an Ironman. It's not one thing, it's swim, bike, run. There's 3 sports that you have to try to be good at. And I get tired of running, I get tired of cycling, and I get tired of swimming. So, I mean, I can't imagine doing just one of those all the time. So it's really, it's a great balance because I have a goal. I'm forcing myself through these workouts, I'm doing all these workouts. I feel accomplished at the end of the day, knowing that I put in the work when I lay my head at night. It's definitely helping me find inner peace and balance within the whole thing. My kids, my job, and trying to be an Ironman. Come on. A typical day, get up about 5 o'clock, either go for a run or just go straight to work. In my job, I literally mow yards, build fences, and cut down and trim trees all week. If I'm not building a fence, I'm cutting down a tree, then building a fence that day, or vice versa. I'm always mowing at least 1 yard, 2 yards a day, and juggling all of these things. And then obsessing over triathlon at the same time.
Does it stress you out?
Yes, I'm very stressed out. All of this shit stresses me out terribly. Oh, it's the best job I could ever have in the world because I love being outside. I love being outside. I love trees. I love nature. I love landscaping. I love flowers. I love grass. And I love water. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just, I never thought that it was going to end up being like this, but it ended up being my passion. So at this point in my life, it's like my number one passion next to obviously my kids and all that, but I just love being outside and I love nature.
Are you?
No. I wouldn't say that I'm addicted to like swim, bike, run or whatever. It's more of like I'm addicted to the journey of racing. Like, it's not actual Ironman. It's just like when I sign up for a race, you know, I just enjoy the process of the training. That's just what I like. I like the training aspect of it. And that's what I've said before. It's like the race starts the day you sign up, you know. I signed up for the Ironman, 10 months before the race, and it's like, that's when the race started. It doesn't start on that day. Of course it does, but technically to me, you start the day you sign up and you finish the day you cross the finish line, and it's everything in between there that I'm addicted to, or that I would say that my addictive personality comes out in, is the growth that I like to experience in between what happens along the way. I mean, I constantly think about if I'm not training enough, or am I training enough, am I coming up short, like I'm not riding my bike enough, I'm not running far enough, it's not a walk in the park. Feel great, high as a kite. Can't no drugs give you the high I got right now. You know what I'm saying? You just lay down, and then you feel like I just took a big old hit of something. It's called life. Big old hit of life. I'm so ready to go. I can't fucking wait, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to get on the beach.
The day that he was being born, I already knew that it was going to be a son. I was extremely excited to know that I was going to have a son. And that feeling is hard to explain. The thought of, having a son to raise and share life with.
Happiest moment of my life, the happiest moment of my life. It was a very cool, awesome bonding experience, and Kenny was there and he stayed with me. Kenny was quite a little fussy child, and things just kind of fell into place, and it was really the most awesome time in my life.
Whenever he was young, he was pretty outgoing. He had a lot of strong will. He was driven to do a lot of different stuff. I can remember trying to help and trying to teach and trying to establish rules and goals, and he could be a little bit of a handful at times, but overall he was a very good child.
Well, first he was very difficult as a baby because he didn't sleep through the night. I don't think he slept through the night until he was probably about 8 months old. And then as he got a little bit bigger, he was very quick to walk. From there, he was just all over the place into everything. He got older and as a little toddler, he was just ahead of himself. So it was difficult to discipline him, to teach him things, because you couldn't put him in timeout because he didn't go to timeout.
He was hard to deal with, and he liked to run. He played soccer and football, and he did pretty darn good at it. He always put out a good effort, and he wanted to be the best, able to be somewhat of a leader in a lot of this stuff.
Pretty competitive?
Oh yeah, always competitive with everything he does.
Maybe around 10, 11, very much a perfectionist, very good in sports, always kind of took the leadership role in his group sports. He kind of carried the weight of the group. He wanted to always be the best. And I remember he would get sick before the games because he was so nervous and he just wanted to do so well. And he did. He was awesome. He was an awesome football player, awesome soccer player. And that was our life with him, was getting you to all the games that you wanted to do, and making sure that you're happy in your sports, and that he was happy with himself. When he decided that he didn't want to play team sports anymore, he drifted off into skateboarding, being by himself more. He kind of changed into gave up his sports, and skateboarding was more freedom away from his parents, freedom to kind of do his own thing, and there was less supervision, adult supervision, and so he was free to do what he wanted to do, and he did. He was very much his own person, very strong-minded, very strong-willed.
I played team sports for a long time. Then I stopped and started skateboarding because that was like a one-on-one deal. I mean, there was no team to rely on. I got pissed off at my teammates because if they weren't putting forth as much effort as I was, I felt like they weren't. If they were slacking, then I'm pissed, and they lost the game for us, and it was their fault. And so I can't rely on a defense that's not trying. Therefore, it just didn't coincide with me anymore. So that's probably one of the reasons why I quit playing team sports and started skateboarding, because it was just me and a skateboard. And that's one of the reasons why I like running, because it's just me versus me every day. So self-centered.
He would be the one that would want to jump the most shopping carts and everything of that nature. And of course, people that he was with were, I didn't realize at the time, but they were being part of the problem, not part of the solution.
I mean, I'm a competitive motherfucker, so I try to be the best at doing drugs and drinking. So it's kind of why I quit skateboarding, because I was getting high instead. And that lasted a long time. For approximately 20 years, definitely 17 hard years of my life. All I did was drink heavily and smoke a lot of pot. A continuous cycle of the guilt, shame, and remorse of me not living up to the expectations that I put on myself on an everyday basis. The only way to stop feeling that pain was to drown it out with drugs and alcohol. And obviously I did that until that stopped working also. I had nowhere to turn. I didn't know what to do. And I was at a crossroad in my life. It was basically live or die at that point. Extremely psychotic and suicidal, and I was married, I had kids, I had a job, I had all these things externally that were lined up, and it looked good on the outside, because I love looking good on the outside. Even as I sit here today, I love putting on a happy face or act like I got my shit together, but I have a never-ending internal battle with myself. If life was fair, I'd be dead. Statistically speaking, I should be dead a long time ago. I got 4 DUIs. I've been to jail 20 plus times. I've tried to commit suicide. I've overdosed on pills. I've been in and out of psych wards. Today I embrace the battle, and it made me who I am today. So I don't have a battle with drugs and alcohol today. I don't have any desire to drink or drug. May 1st of 2019 will be 6 years, clean and sober, no mind altering or mood altering chemicals. I love sobriety because it's unpredictable, and I'm on a different high than I've ever been. I mean, I'm high on life, and there's no amount of weed that's gonna make me feel this way. There's no pill, there's nothing. I don't care what acid somebody's doing. If you only knew the trip that I'm on, you know, I'm on a fucking real trip, you know what I'm saying? 20 years of just self-destruction to 6 years of enlightenment every day. I'm tripping. Sober. Or whatever, you know. I'm fucking high, dude. Right now. On life. Left. Show. 20 years ago, if anybody would have asked if our parents would be in the same condo to watch me do an Ironman, it's impossible. Nobody would ever think that that was possible. And so like that message of anything is possible just took on new meaning for me. So I mean, it goes a lot further than just completing an Ironman. I mean, it's just how do you want to put it in perspective? As soon as I started getting around these Ironman signs and everything that I see on the YouTube videos is like in front of me in real life, it's pretty intense. And it's exactly how I wanted it to, like I pictured it to be. My heart rate gets going just at the thought of it. I mean, what the coolest thing is to see the bikes, you know? When all the bikes are on the racks, it's just, I mean, it gives me chills. So I don't know why, it's just something about the bikes on the racks, thousands of them, that make me just, my heart starts beating, that's all I can say. I'm about an 8 on the Richter scale for my nervousness.
I can tell by the way you're answering questions.
Right. I mean, I'm definitely nervous. I mean, I don't know why I haven't been nervous. I was completely confident all the way coming into it, but something about like getting my gear together is making me nervous. Trying to make sure I got all my stuff is making me nervous. Because I don't think I got all my stuff. When you really all you need is a bike. That's all you need. But I got 50 things in there. Here we fucking go. I just got a lot of anxiety. I love you guys. I'll see you in about 5 hours. Not really. I'll see you a bunch of times. Excitement and fear and just like every emotion that I could possibly have, you know, negative and positive, is all boiled into one.
Let's go, Kid Joe!
I mean, what keeps me going in the middle of a race, it's just my kids. I think about my kids the whole time, you know, and how I want to show them like that anything is possible and just never quit and don't give up no matter what.
You okay, Jay? Keep it up, you're good pace, man.
Your body's getting tested, man, hardcore whenever you're doing this, and I underestimate a lot of things. I'm the king of underestimation, and every time I get out there, you know, I am definitely humbled. Everything was going really good until the end whenever the rain comes in. I had 4 miles to go on the run, and I'm just like in the middle of a shit storm.
Let's go, Kenny Joe!
Hey.
Way to go, y'all!
I'm in a lot of pain.
You only got one more loop, dude! Beat the rain! What's going on? They pulled you off?
Yeah.
What'd they say? Lightning? You can't run?
Go inside, seek shelter.
Really? There's people still running.
Probably, but not where I was at.
Like when it, like
I was coming around to the start of the last loop.
Yeah. Wow. It's just delayed and then you go back out there and finish?
Yes, sir.
4 miles. Eat.
Huh?
Eat something.
I want to run it and get it over.
I know. Go home.
Mama already asked me all these questions and filming me, so just so you know.
Okay.
I really don't have anything to say.
I hear ya.
it just really kind of broke my heart to not get to go across the finish line, experience all that stuff, you know, because like the whole time I'm just sitting there going, when I cross the finish line, you know, what am I going to do? I'm going to put my hands up. I'm going to, you know, the guy told me not to look at my watch, you know, and I'm just like thinking all this stuff, like, what's it going to be like whenever I get there? And I finally walk down the frickin' carpet, you know, with the Ironman thing that I've been watching on YouTube for the past year.
I just think about them, my kids.
How rotten they are.
Because I'm doing it to prove my love to them.
You don't have to prove your love.
I know, but in my mind, that's how I feel.
You don't have to.
I know, but
Yeah, I'm charging. It's almost
screwed up in the head.
It's crappy, but I feel like I earned my medal, you know what I'm saying? Like I said before, just because I didn't finish the race, you know, I finished every workout that I started, you know, prior to that day. I put in the work. I was on track to do it in less than 5.5 hours, and I couldn't be more happy about it, really. So.
I mean, it don't really matter. I mean, we can go stand next to anything that's got Ironman on it. I'm gonna put this fucking hat on, dude. I don't give a fuck. I don't even wear hats. It's so cold.
All your shit's here.
Perfect.
How do you feel?
Good. I feel cold. Adapt and overcome. Remember? Just remember that. Adapt and overcome. That's the lesson to be learned today. And don't take 5 minutes in transition.
Oh, I thought, I knew I needed to get my bike to try bike track. I know. So I thought,
Should I say like today is May 1st, or should I just be like?
You can say like this day. You can say start out like today means today's one of the most.
Today is like
Because
like in sobriety or whatever. I'll just be like. Today's my 6-year birthday of sobriety. What does it mean to me? I mean, I guess sobriety in itself means the world to me, you know what I'm saying? It means everything. It's like, it's a huge accomplishment. I guess every year that goes by that I stay clean and sober, it's not like it gains momentum and gets it. It doesn't feel any better today than it really did yesterday. But I mean, it's nice to look back and like to acknowledge that one day. When I think about this day, I just think about where I was 6 years ago.
I guess maybe the earliest memory is walking to school with him. He would be my like protector in a way, I guess you'd say. Like I was always like, he was always there, you know. Your mom and dad are always there, and then for me, my brother is always there, you know. So he's the guy I looked up to. Like I wanted to be like him. He's the coolest kid in the, you know, in the world. A big difference in Kenny Joe I started noticing was whenever we would party and he would be totally like, he wouldn't party for fun, it didn't seem like. That is what it felt like. We were all partying to have fun, to enjoy each other, to camaraderie, you know, like you're hanging out with your boys, you know, you're having fun. And then he was doing it almost like he had to as an escape.
No, I never really understood that part of it. He kept it pretty hid. I never really knew that he was having a lot of maybe I guess you'd say turmoil or whatever, inner. He always seemed like that he was doing well, even when he wasn't.
Huge eye-opening experience for me was when he tried to commit suicide, and I had to go to the hospital. And when they pumped his stomach, and I went into the room in there, and he was so mean to me and so mad at me, a lot of anger at me. And I think what really made me sad too is because the nurses asked me to leave because I seemed to make him more agitated. And to me, that was wrong, but it was really right. And so I had to leave the room, and other people had to take care of, professional nurses and doctors had to do what I thought that I could do, and I couldn't do it because I made things worse for some reason. So that was huge realization for me, how much there was a lot of problems within our relationship. So.
I think any day now my brother is going to die. I'm going to lose my best friend to this, I mean, not only that was hard and that was difficult for sure, having those thoughts, but the scariest thought by far was the thought that I'd never have my brother as a friend again, like my whole life I remember, like, this is my best friend, this is the guy I looked up to, my whole life. He's influenced almost everything and everywhere I've gone and everything I've done to an extent. And then like I haven't had an actual conversation with him in 5 years. Like I have an uncle who is completely gone, and sure, you can talk to these guys, you can talk to them, you can conversate with them, but you can't have a real conversation with them. You can't talk about something real. All you can do is talk about bullshit. And so like it's just drunk bullshit conversations, I can't have a sober intellectual conversation like human beings do. My brother is becoming non-human, and that was
he had his own demons that he was dealing with. He was trying to reach sobriety, but he wasn't getting the right tools and wasn't having the right outcome. He was really, I could tell that it was a real difficult time for him because he felt like he was a failure. And talking to him, I could tell that it was weighing heavy on him. And the only way he knew to get past it was to drink some more instead of getting sober. His whole way of coping was get drunk and go comatose, pass out or whatever. And that was the only way he knew to deal with the anguish of struggling with sobriety in life.
Hit it.
Yeah, hit the space bar and just watch it.
When was the last time you had a shower?
Wednesday.
Can't remember, huh?
Wednesday. Did you say that you're going to do a beer bomb? Is that what you said? Beer bomb? You got a beer bomb? Is that what you said? That's what you said. You're like, you guys got a beer bomb here? I'll do a beer bomb right now. I could have sworn you said that.
I did. You have one.
You did? No. Yeah, I can make one.
Are you a good boat driver? Huh? Can you speak?
Cheese.
Cheese? This is a video. You can talk on it. Where's Daddy?
He's on water.
In the water?
He's just swimming.
He's swimming.
Cheese.
Cheese.
Every feel.
Life is a highway. I want to drive it all night long. Very good.
Yeah. I don't know what
Feel my blood is all around.
I
love you now like I love you then.
Can you sing, Cash?
What do about alcohol?
I already got it. I mean, I got beer.
Oh, you got pop.
Yeah. Life is a highway. I want to ride it all night long.
There you go.
Give me gas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see.
If you're going my way.
Right now?
Cold or sore throat, blurred vision, burning or stinging. Ask your doctor about new once-a-day, pat-a-day solution. Who walks around with...
Yeah. I just can't believe who I used to be. I can't believe that my children were just sitting there, you know. So, I mean, it's like, when I see myself like that, it's funny and all, like, oh my God, like, there's me. But I don't remember, like, that person. Like, I don't know who that is. And at the same time, it's so hard because at that time I thought I knew everything. And like, I thought I had it going on. I was extremely confident in my ability to be a fuck up. I mean, I just thought I was something special. And when I look at my children, just innocent, it just blows me away that I couldn't see them for who I could not see them. The hardest thing about it too is, like, today I like to act like I don't, like that didn't affect them, you know? I sit here today and try to somehow justify it in my mind or whatever and say that, you know, they never saw me drunk, which is they did, but they don't remember, you know? So it's like in my mind I'm sitting here going like, my drug and alcohol abuse did not really affect my children because I quit like quick enough before it really fucked them up, you know? And I know that's not true. I definitely know that the struggle that I have with my child today there's a disconnect between me and my oldest son. And I know it's there. It's the hardest thing in the world to sit there and to go through life in sobriety and trying to do the next right thing and doing every single thing that you can possibly do to show your love and how much you care about, you know, your family, and still have that disconnect there, and it's like rearing its ugly head whenever I want to have a good relationship with my son, you know. And I'm not saying that we don't have a good relationship, you know. It's just I feel like sometimes he's withdrawn from me and he just has, it's like he doesn't trust me, you know. It's like I scarred him as a child or whatever. That's how I feel. And it's like all I can do is continue to work on things and work on myself, and hope that as he grows older that void will be filled, you know, between the two of us. But I mean, today I know I love I know I love them, man, and I don't have to do anything to prove my love to my children anymore, you know. And that's the thing. I used to want to prove myself. I always had to prove something to somebody and prove it to my children. If I love you, I'm telling you, I love my wife at the time. I will kill myself for these people, you know, and that's not love, and that was my screwed up mentality. And today, you know, I don't have to prove. It's just like a big, nice burden off of my shoulders. No good stuff there. I mean, I'm warmed up now. What's up, everybody? It's 12:30 a.m. out here at the track. Just finished up 7 miles. I got 1% battery on my phone. Hopefully this doesn't die, which is it probably will. But the thing I was wanting to think, what I've been thinking about, you know, is, I mean, geez, I'm so close to the race, and I'm in a lot of pain, you know, and I just hope that I heal before it comes. So many times I hold myself to this standard that you have to run this amount of miles, or you have to do this, you have to do that, you know, and you're setting yourself up for failure most of the time. All I can do is hope that I have not like already peaked. I felt like I was in such great shape last week or whatever, you know, like I felt like I was unstoppable, and now I feel like a broken down, you know, rust bucket. So I don't know if that's because of the bike wreck or because I'm like overtrained, but I can just only hope that 16 days from now I definitely rest up and heal up, and you know, it'll all work out for the best. I know it will, you know. It's definitely hard to train at this time of night after I just got through working from, you know, 7 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock at night, and then you turn around and come up here and try to run 10 miles. I mean, maybe that's why I can't run 10 miles. But anyway, this is the update on my training. Try to keep it short, but you know me, dude. I don't do nothing short, I guess. Peace, except for cut lawns, you know what I'm saying? Peace out. I love you all. Snow runoff. I'm fucking high off this shit, dude. I'm telling you. It's amazing. It's just crazy that to even think that I'm here to do an Ironman. You know, it just like completely makes you forget about like that. With that sound right there, you know, makes everything go away. You just like sit here for the rest of your life. Listen. Pro tip. Change your bike position right before race day. I'm trying to get the perfect bike fit, but I really don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing, actually. I'm either making a huge mistake or I'm doing something phenomenal. I mean, it's just a game changer now. Kind of tight. I wish we had a trainer. I wish we did too. Fucking complete dumbass. Who would do something so stupid? I mean, of all things. You should have got that truck to bring it. Yeah, it's too late now. I'm gonna ride the damn bike.
So what's your biggest concern right now?
Not finishing. Time restrictions. Yeah, cut off times.
Why?
I mean, my biggest concern, I guess, really is just like two things. One, I get in a wreck, I hit somebody, or a car hits me. I go flat, two of them, then I'm in tubes. And then I have all of my injuries flare up in the middle of the run, and then I have to walk like all night long in just fucking misery. And other than that, yeah, I just have, my number one concern is that I didn't train hard enough, and I didn't put enough time in, and I'm not fit enough. Every day that I don't swim, bike, or run, I lose fitness. which is not true. That's not true. I know it's not true, but I sure feel like a fat ass. So my excitement level, I don't have any excitement right now. None. I am not excited. I am not thrilled. I am not feeling, I don't have any kind of I'm not pumped. So that'll all change, you know. I know it will, obviously. It's just been, today's been like a really stressful day. Of a whole lot of doing nothing, you know. Like, let's just sit at home. I mean, it's almost like a depression. I've almost sunk into a depression. So. It's just weird, man. It's just really weird. So I've already got big plans for my next one, you know. All the things that I need to improve on that I should have done this time. Why? Don't hurt it. Don't hurt it. Check your ear. No, I'm not checking. I mean, we're getting there.
Tell us about your frustrations.
Oh, goddamn. You fucking kidding me right now? I am fucking livid. The waste is fucking just unbelievable. I mean, if you can't think of something stupider to do, I've done everything that you can do to screw up this experience. From running barefoot in the fucking trails on the goddamn rocks to changing a bike fit a week before. What an idiot. Next year. It's always next year. Ah! Fucking kidding me. Can I not just fucking do something here?
No.
And I don't even know if it's right.
Saying you just didn't. Like, I hardly even felt it. It's like one or two strokes.
The wind was blowing so fucking hard. I don't think you understand.
No, I'm not busting your balls. I'm just telling you what I saw.
I know. I'm telling you, I'm not comfortable.
What do you mean? It showed up.
Get it, Cash.
I got no expectations other than finish. Really, just another. It's just turned all the hustle and bustle and the worrying and all this trash that goes along before this is gone.
Just another brick.
And it's it. It's just another workout. That's how I feel.
Go get him, Kenny Joe!
I jumped in the water, absolute freezing, and it took my breath away full on. It took me like at least 20 minutes to get to where I could take a full breath. A couple times I floated over my back and I was just like, just chill, bro, you know? And I look back at the mountains, I'm just like, look at this. And I finally could just relax. You're swimming in Colorado, like, seriously. You quickly learn that there's people passing you and you might want to try to swim somewhere so you can get the hell out of this water, you know, because you got a long ways to go. Get out of the water, you know, and it's just like I couldn't even walk hardly, you know, and just like stagger out of there. I'm like, okay, we're not hurrying, you know, like we're gonna take our time. You know, in your mind you think you're gonna do all this stuff and you're gonna come out of the water and you're gonna frickin' sprint to the thing, you're gonna put all your stuff on, you're gonna be gone, you're a pro, you know, it's just like, all that goes out the window. It's exciting. I felt good going through transition. So, get on the bike and let's just make a day out of it. So the first half of the bike, I did great. I was averaging 19 mile an hour, you know, and everything was great. Second half of the bike, all that kind of changed, and you start saying, well, it'll be okay if I make it. It'll be okay if I go, if it takes me 5.5 hours, it'll be okay. If it takes me 6, it'll be okay. You know, maybe 7 even. I'll be okay. If I finish at 7, it'll be, you know, you just start making these numbers up and your goals change really quickly. Okay. Hey, how's it going? Are you guys having fun? No, I bet you're not. Happy for you.
How are you? How are you?
My shoulder, that's about it, man. My shoulder and my neck hurts, but other than that.
Well, you got 26 miles to go, brother. Go get it.
I love you, Mom. I love you. Goodbye.
Okay, you're doing good.
Love you guys. Be strong.
Go get them, dude.
The run, it wasn't near as hard as I thought it was going to be, you know, because I just paced it, you know, and nice and slow, you know, so. Definitely an experience, man. I saw my friend, you know, Raymond, and he was killing it, and he was, you know, a couple hours ahead of me, and it was just nice to see a familiar face, you know. It's a lonely journey, you know, you're stuck in your head all that time, and it's just like, I forgot I even had a name. I forgot I was anybody. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? That's how I felt at the time. Like, it was just like, so special to me when those volunteers started calling me by my name and saying, you got this, Kenny. And I'm just like, I'm a person, you know, and
let's go, Kenny Joe!
Then of course, whenever you see your family finally, you know, that's definitely pick me up, you know, when you hear Kenny Joe, you know, like, where the hell is this guy at? Behind a tree somewhere with a fucking camera. I was like, hey, there's my brother, you know, and, it's just felt good, to see everybody that you know on the race too. That's when it all starts sinking in, you're just like, can't believe it. And you see the Ironman signs and you're just like, I'm almost there. It's just overwhelming with emotion. And I was just like, man, I made it, I'm here now. As soon as I saw the word Ironman on the banner, in the carpet, I just got emotional, and started crying. There's just so many times that I wanted to cry throughout the whole experience, that I didn't. And it all came out that day, and it was just like all that emotion, all of just the whole experience that I was carrying that weight on my shoulders of, am I gonna do this or not? Am I gonna make it or not? And, as soon as I could finally breathe, and that was just basically what happened. So when I finally took that last breath, it all came out, man. As soon as I saw that sign, turn the corner, running down, and, to put the icing on the cake, Mike Riley said I had 5 years clean and sober.
Kenny's been clean and sober for 5 years. Kenny, you are an Ironman.
I remember watching him as he was coming through the path and cheering him on and hollering at him and telling the others in the crowd that my son was going to be an Ironman, and I was happy for him.
That's all I want to do is see him happy, and it was, oh gosh. I think it might be one of the happiest times of my life when I saw him cross the finish line.
I saw him cross, and I saw the look in his eyes, and he broke down, and I caught a moment there where, like, seeing my mom, my dad, and my brother and his kids over there taking pictures, and I was like, that's where I'm supposed to be.
Our relationship, I think, now is the best it's ever been. I think in the last year, I think we've become closer, more connected.
I think that we have all grown tighter as a family. We were in Galveston together, and we went to the beach and did some running together, and spent some time writing in the sand, and I think it was a good thing, good positive thing for both of my sons and myself and my grandsons and my ex-wife. It kind of strangely brought us all back together in a way.
I'm getting those conversations that I was scared I was never going to have, and it's absolutely awesome. Our relationship now is so cool. Like, it's something I never expected.
Couldn't have done it without my family. So, I can't do any of this without my family. I just wanted to share it with them, and I definitely shared the entire experience with them, all the training, all that stuff, and then of course my mom calls me every morning, and we talk about what we talk about, and I just couldn't do it without them, you know. And then my kids, dragging them along. They don't know that everything I'm doing is for them. Ironman and triathlon is just another tool to help people. That's the end goal, you know. That's the number one goal that I want to do in my life is change people's lives for the better, you know. And that's what I want anyone else to do is follow your heart, and then the possibilities are endless, you know. But if you suppress your heart and you close your heart off to the world, you know, and you're closing yourself off to the world and your potential to help other people grow, you know, and as you do that, you grow, and it's just a never-ending cycle of love at the end of the day, you know. And I could almost cry, you know, right now. Because that's what I want to tell everybody, you know. Peace out. I love you all. And bye. Because that's it.